Welcome to the Sleep to Dream Analytics Explainer video, where better sleep starts with better understanding.
There's this secret clock ticking away inside every single one of us. It's a hidden metronome that basically runs the entire show, from when we feel tired to when our brain is firing on all cylinders. So today, we're going to pull back the curtain and take a look at this incredible biological machine.
I mean, really think about it. How does your body just know it's time to wake up, often minutes before your alarm? It's wild. It might feel like some kind of magic, but it's actually a masterpiece of biology, something that's been fine-tuned over millions of years.
And this whole internal timing system has a name. It's called your circadian system. The word circadian actually comes from Latin. Circa means about, and diem means a day. So it's literally a system that runs on a cycle of, well, about a day. It's almost perfectly synced up with our planet's rotation.
Okay, so if our entire body is following this rhythm, there has to be a conductor leading the orchestra, right? And well, there is. To find it, we've got to go deep inside the brain, to this tiny but incredibly powerful little command center.
It's called the Suprachiasmatic Nucleus, which is a mouthful, I know. So we're just going to call it the SCN. You can think of the SCN as the master clock. It's the central pacemaker that generates that 24-hour signal that the rest of your body absolutely has to follow.
Now, don't worry about the complex diagram for a second. Just look at its location. The SCN sits right above something called the optic chiasm, which is the exact spot where the optic nerves from your eyes cross. I mean, this is biological genius. It is the perfect place to get direct, unfiltered information about the most important cue from our environment, light.
But how does a bunch of cells actually tell time? To get that, we have to zoom in even further. We're going from this brain region all the way down to a single clock cell to see the tiny genetic gears that actually make it tick.
So at the molecular level, we're not talking about cogs and wheels. What we're really looking at is this elegant, self-regulating dance between certain genes and the proteins they make. It's what's known as a feedback loop, which just means the end products of the system end up controlling the system itself. Pretty cool, huh?
Let's make this simple and break it down into two teams. First up, you've got Team Go. These are proteins named clock and BML1. Their whole job is to turn on another set of genes. And those genes? They create Team Stop, which includes proteins called purr and cry. And their job is to, you guessed it, shut down Team Go. You can already see the loop forming here, right?
So here's how this all plays out over a full day. In the morning, Team Go is working hard, telling the cell to make a ton of those stop proteins. As the day goes on, the stop proteins build up and up until they eventually team up, march right into the cell's nucleus, and block Team Go. Production just grinds to a halt. Then, overnight, these stop proteins naturally break down, and by morning, Team Go is free to start the whole cycle over again. And this beautifully simple process takes about 24 hours.
In this scientific model here, it shows that exact process. All those arrows and lines, that's just the dance we described. You've got the activators creating the repressors, and then the repressors turning right around and shutting down the activators. It is the perfect 24-hour cycle that forms the fundamental tick-tock of our lives.
Okay, so having an internal clock that runs on a roughly 24-hour cycle is amazing, but it's kind of useless if it isn't set to the right time. It needs to be synced up with the outside world every single day. And the most powerful tool for that? Light.
Now, other things can nudge your clock a bit, like when you eat or when you exercise. But light is the undisputed champion. It is the single most powerful signal our SCN uses to lock our internal time to the 24-hour day outside.
And the process is just so direct, it's incredible. When morning light hits your eyes, it's detected by these special cells in your retina that, get this, they aren't even used for vision. Their one job is to send a direct, high-priority message to the SCN that says, hey, the sun is up, time to reset the clock. And this daily synchronization process is called entrainment.
So, we've established that the master clock in the brain knows what time it is. But how does your liver know, or your muscles, or your gut? Well, the SCN isn't just keeping time for itself, it's got a whole body-wide orchestra to conduct.
It turns out almost every single organ and tissue in your body has its very own local clock. These are called peripheral clocks. But here's the catch. They aren't great at keeping time all by themselves. They need daily instructions from the Master Conductor, our friend the SCN.
Just think about what this means for a second. The SCN is the conductor, sending out timing signals to sync up all these local clocks. It tells the liver when it's go time for metabolism. It tells the heart when to manage blood pressure. It signals the gut that it's time for digestion, and it lets your muscles know when it's the best time to repair and grow. It makes sure every part of the body is playing from the same sheet of music at the perfect time.
Now, this is a beautiful system when everything's in sync. But in our modern world, man, it is incredibly easy to throw it all off. So what happens when the conductor and the orchestra are totally out of whack? Well, that's a state we call circadian desynchrony.
See on the left, that's a nice stable rhythm. Everything's lined up. But on the right, you see a phase shift. This is exactly what your body goes through during jet lag. Your internal SCN clock is still stuck on your old time zone, but the light in your new location is screaming that it's a totally different time of day. And that horrible, groggy, out-of-sorts feeling, that's the result.
And, while one bout of jet lag is temporary, chronic disruption, we're talking about things like irregular shift work schedules, or even just constantly staying up late staring at bright screens, that's a serious problem. It's been linked to a higher risk of sleep disorders, metabolic issues like diabetes, heart problems, and even mood disorders. Ignoring your body's clock, it has real long-term consequences.
And this all brings us to the most important question, really. Our biology is ancient. It was designed for a world with bright, sunny days and really dark nights. But we live in a 24/7 world that literally never sleeps. So understanding this internal clock isn't just a cool science lesson, it's like getting the user's manual for your own body. The real challenge for all of us is figuring out how to listen to its ancient rhythm in our very, very modern lives. Thanks for joining this explainer.
Thank you for watching the Sleep to Dream Analytics Explainer video. We hope you sleep well and dream easy.